Any challenges in the OR? Have you seen anything for anybody that's first starting out using AceConnex for the first time? What are some pearls or tips that you would provide them to make things a little bit easier for them? Maybe points that you encountered and learned along the way.
Yeah, I think for me, first of all, hip arthroscopy and labral reconstruction is a pretty technically involved procedure for a lot of folks. And really, AceConnex makes that much easier, right? That's one part of the surgery that you don't have to worry about at all. You know, you have a perfect graft that's going to be off the shelf, that's available and ready to go without having to worry about the quality, the sizing, or variations in that. So it takes that whole aspect of the surgery, you know, off of your conscious for that period of time. You don't have to worry about someone on the back table prepping it for you. Like, you know, you're good to go. So it really facilitates doing that. I would say for me, in terms of label reconstruction in general, you want to make sure that you kind of work within your learning curve, right? Hip arthroscopy, label reconstruction is technical. So whatever you're going to do or whatever you're going to put into that patient's hip, you want it to be better than what they came out with, right? So your indications for doing reconstruction may vary or change throughout your, learning curve, the better and better you get. The only thing I would say for me in terms of becoming familiar with the graph was I do a knotless pull through technique described by Ben Dome.
Hmm.
And so in his technique at trimming the graft at the very kind of posterior aspect, he would always use just a pure tib ant or post tib allograft that you could transect using arthroscopic wand or ablator. With the AceConnex, there is some suture material in it, so you're able to trim all of the biologic material with that wand. You just have to go in there with a arthroscopic scissors or a biter to clear off that suture material, but it's really not too much of an issue at all.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. That's probably the learning thing I learned about the AceConnex is that you can cut the graft with the RF wand, but then the suture material itself, you should probably use a knife or a cutter of some sort to cut it. But yeah, I think that for a young surgeon who's just getting into label reconstructions, the value of the AceConnex, it takes one massive worry out of your system. That is a reproducible graft. You want to have a graft that you can put in that you can rely on. And so I think a young surgeon who's trying to prep his own graft or her own graft, there's a lot of variability to how well that's done, but there's no variability with the AceConnex. You get a reproducible graft every time.